news, a stakeholder in Oyibo local government area of River State, Dr. Displaced People's Camp in Oyibo local government area. For Dr. Okpute's comment comes after the River State Sole Administrator said his administration will soon begin the upgrade of IDP camps as part of measures to reduce the suffering of flood victims. Speaking with our correspondent, Dr. Okpute said the authorities of the school, previously used as an IDP camp, said they will no longer make the school available for such purpose.
Before we use the state primary school in Oyibo West to house the IDPs when the flood become so unbearable. But right now the school said nobody will use that place because usually when they use it, it disrupts school activities. So they say no, they should go and find another place. And the government have not made another provision.
He said the state and local governments have done nothing to deal with the flood situation in Oyibo local government area.
Both Oyibo Local Government Council Authority and Rivers State Government have not done anything to resolve the issue of flooding in Oyibo Local Government. I must tell you the truth. And if they are ready to resolve the issue of flooding in Oyibo Local Government, we've laid emphasis that what they should do is the structural measure. Go and install drainage systems in all the internal roads in Oyibo Local Government, especially the flood-prone areas.
To politics now, some analysts in Port Harcourt have shared different views on the benefits of the PDP zoning the presidential ticket to the southern part of the country. A public affairs analyst, Obiwa Akawa, believes the decision will not save the party from possible destruction. Speaking with correspondent Soibi Orwari, Ms. Akawa described the PDP's move as a miscalculation that will not yield any political benefits.
This decision is not timeless. Internal party democracy is one essential ingredient that cannot be undermined. And if you do so, then it is at your peril. That the party in her disciplinary mechanism had failed. What she's just doing right now is a mere fluke. It wouldn't yield any good fruit. The party is now at its ebb.
He claimed the PDP has lost its political opportunities to win the trust of Nigerians.
We can't even point at a particular person to be a contestant in that party. I wouldn't see that as a panacea to solving the intractable crisis that had torn the party into shreds. What she is doing now is more like a rat race that cannot earn her anything. What is the strength of the party in Nigeria?
But another analyst, Augustine Ekweme, described the PDP's move as strategic.
That is the best thing that PDP should have done against the ruling APC party. The next thing they will do is to make a choice of who represents from the south. They must go and shop for a very good candidate that will carry the flag for PDP in the south. PDP should go and choose among themselves who is their political celebrity that can have a good challenge against the APC from the south. Say a political celebrity that can challenge Chinedu of APC.
Recall that the PDP during this NEC meeting yesterday resolved to zone its presidential ticket to the southern region as part of measures to tackle its internal crisis. We're going to break. When we return, Abuja-Kaduna passenger train that derailed. Stay with us.
Professor Vincent Welly, on behalf of the leadership.
University of Port Harcourt branch has warned that if the federal government fails to heed their call for improved funding of the universities and better welfare for lecturers, they will proceed on strike. The chairman of ASU Uniport chapter, Professor Ome Ngwoke, said this to our correspondent shortly after leading a peaceful rally at the University of Port Harcourt campus today. He said the rally is aimed at notifying the government of their situation.
Why throwing crumbs at us when you have not signed our agreement, at least to give us better pay, to revitalize the university, to fund the university very well? Even our 3.5 month salary is still unpaid. It all depends on what government does on the 28th. And of course, if government does not do any significant on 28th, we'll have to meet again and take decisions. So for now, there are indications that we may go on strike.
He accused the federal government of insincerity.
In fact, we want government to know that we are serious. You know, from 2009, we have been suffering from government's lack of sensitivity to our plight. Government has refused to renegotiate with us, even though they have set up so many renegotiation committees. At the point of writing or rounding it off or concluding it, they will always fail to go forward.
The Benue State House of Assembly has suspended the immediate past Speaker and Donna Dajo for 3 days over an alleged attempt to impeach Governor Hyacinth Alia. Dajo's suspension followed a motion moved by the lawmaker representing Kia State constituency, Turner Shimawia, and seconded by James Umoru from Upper State constituency. Shimawia, who moved the motion during plenary, was one of those suspended by Dajo before his resignation as Speaker last week Friday. The Anambra State House of Assembly has suspended the member representing Ayamelum constituency, Bernard Udemezwe, for 3 months. He was suspended following a post he made on social media. The suspension was announced during plenary on Tuesday. The lawmaker had, in a WhatsApp message he shared in a group mostly populated by his constituents, revealed his allowances as a lawmaker. He also disclosed that he receives 10 million naira quarterly from the state government for projects in his constituency. The National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, has reunited 128 rescued kidnapped victims with their families in Abuja. Ribadu said the victims, females and children, were rescued by security forces in 2 different operations in Kaura and Namoda in Zamfara State. He said the victims will be treated for trauma and helped to settle down in their communities. A passenger train traveling from Abuja to Kaduna has derailed, triggering panic among passengers and their loved ones. The incident occurred along the Kaduna corridor shortly after the train departed Abuja around 11 a.m. en route Kaduna. A passenger on board the train described the scene as chaotic, with people scrambling to safety in fear and confusion. The news continues after the break.
Brother, no worry, sister, no bother.
Welcome back. On the international scene, the Israeli military has just released its conclusions following an initial inquiry into the incident, saying that its troops identified a camera positioned by Hamas. This comes as the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer called Israeli double strike on Gaza hospital that killed journalists as completely indefensible. Earlier today, families of hostages being held by Hamas protested across Israel, a day after double Israeli strikes hit a hospital in Gaza, killing 20 people, including 5 journalists. And that's the news, but here at Headlines, we brought you this hour. We told you that the Rivers State Chief Judge has administered oath of office on the chairman and members of the state's local government election tribunal. You also heard that the police have assured of security ahead of 30th August council election, announces restriction of movement. We reported that Anambra State House of Assembly has suspended a member over a social media post. We told you that Abuja-Kaduna passenger train has derailed and caused panic. On the foreign scene, Israel has released findings of attacks on Gaza hospital. The news was edited by Onyekachi Nwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.